Olá e bem-vindos a uma edição muito especial do Algarve ao vivo. Temos a sorte de ter aqui connosco o Bryan do Death Before Dishonour, my man Bryan.
What's up? How's everybody doing? How are you?
Vocês têm que aguentar comigo o meu inglês, ok? Yeah. Just telling them they need
You're the translator, so you gotta go
bear
soft.
with me, bear with
of
me
course,
with English.
Of course.
So, how you been?
Good. Things good. On tour. Good to be in Portugal. First time playing in the city. It's cool. Everything's good.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
I'm really happy to see you.
It's nice out. It's cold at home. It's nice here. I'll take it.
Long time no see, man.
It's been a while. It's been a while since we played Portugal. Maybe like 4 years. I don't even know.
Maybe.
A while, yeah.
So, I mean, how's been the life of Death Before the
It's been good. Been really busy kind of lately for the most part. Last couple of years. Put out a 7-inch last year on Bridgeline with like right before the summertime to do the festivals and stuff like that over in Europe. So we did a 7-inch with like a new song and a cover song, and then did a bunch of touring. Toured the States a bunch, toured Europe a bunch. Did festivals last summer. Doing this tour.
Which you started?
We started 4 days ago in Spain. So we started in Barcelona, did Barcelona, Bilbao, Madrid. Got tonight, tomorrow Lisbon, and then we fly to like Eastern Europe. We do Georgia, Kazakhstan, Istanbul. I've never been to Georgia.
Hardcore though.
yeah, for sure. I've never been to Georgia or Kazakhstan. I've been to Istanbul before, so we're doing that, and then we do Athens, and then we do like a bunch of mainland, Germany and stuff like that. So we're here till it's like 3 weeks tour. But yeah, I just started doing that. We go home, just have some local shows. We're coming back to Europe in June, like middle of June for festivals. We're playing.
So you're doing out summer?
Yeah, we're doing Resurrection in Spain. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
A couple other festivals, small run, like 2 weeks, and then record a record.
I know some of you are trying to chill out. This song's a fast one. Run around like you don't give a fuck. Run around like you don't give a fuck. Or look at me like you don't give a fuck. This song's called Peace and Quiet. Go, go, go! Spin that shit! Spin it! On the door, nothing is all! On the vendor, kill that's all! On the grass in a finishing land! It's a nightmare I can't understand! Can I get a little peace and quiet? Get a little fucking peace and quiet! Dance in the songs of my brain! Scream of white noise, stepping in pain! I'm a year bleed again! I can breathe and give it in! Can I get a peace and quiet? Get a little fucking peace and quiet, please! Stop!
Yeah, we have a bunch of songs. We've been working on it for a bit. We wanted to try to record, like when we were getting home from this, but the engineer was just booked up. So we're gonna do it. So there's two things gonna happen. We're gonna record the new record in like July.
But you recorded in Boston, though?
Yeah,
You guys always recorded in your city, or?
Yeah. So for years we went to this guy called Jim Siegel at the Outpost. He was in Stoughton, which is a suburb of Boston, and he did like Dropkick Murphys, Blood for Blood, like Have Heart. Did like 3 records for us, but he no longer has a studio. And then in 2019, we worked with Zeus, who's done Hatebreed, Terror, Madball. He lives in Western Mass, so he's in Massachusetts, but it's like close to like upstate New York. But we linked up with him. We did the full length in 2019 with him. We did the 7-inch with him. We're gonna do the new full length with him. So that's in Massachusetts. It's just, like I said, Western Mass. But so that'll be July. That's going to come out on Bridgeline either late next year or early 2025. But also in 2025 is 20 years of Friends Family Forever record.
Yes.
So we're going to do like a repress of that. Some like cool colorway or some shit.
Touring?
Yeah, so I want to do a lot of touring next year
US
off
as
of
well?
the. Yeah, we're doing a bunch of stuff. We've been doing it, like we just did a West Coast tour.
Yeah, I actually went and check you out a bit more.
Yeah, we've been doing a bunch of stuff. Not like crazy like we used to, but strategically. Like we were in I shouldn't say California, the West Coast, 10 days, go home for a few days, you know, do stuff and try to stay busy, you know. I'm not getting any younger.
You fade away. You fade away. Now, never on the dark, never on the fight. We're back to live your life. Never on the street, we make the blood. I'll always stand by the ones I love. We stand as one. We'll rise to fight. Gentlemen, do this live. Here we go.
You've been touring for so long,
Long time.
in the mix with D names.
Yeah, of course.
Became one of the names for us Europeans.
Yeah, I know we've been coming here a long time, yeah. Which is cool.
Yeah, and then all these, the world changed and the scene is changing worldwide, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
whatever, and it's cool.
Yeah.
But what I mean, is it the thing that we're talking about? It's there's the good side of it, which
Yeah.
is still weird in a way,
Yeah.
or maybe it's just. I want to become the old guy that goes
Right.
that direction.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just weird because we actually need to get more with the times in a way, you know?
Yeah, times change. So I feel like, no, you're right. Like, there's good and bad. It's just like anything, right? Like, every generation has cool things and horrible
When
things,
you
right?
started, like maybe the
Yeah.
old cats were like, "This is not."
Yeah, sure. And if you listen to like Freddie talk about Madball when they started, the older guys were like, yo, you're too hip hop or something, you know. I'm sure there's always going to be something.
Always my favorite record, by the way.
I'm more set it off, but that's because I got it at the time. I look at all,
Same level, but
For
if I
sure,
have
for
to
sure,
choose, that's
for
just
sure.
for so many reasons.
but even still, like, I know Look My Way has more of a bounce to it, but even still, because when I was younger and I heard Agnostic Front, then I heard Set It Off. To me, Set It Off was like, not like hip hop, but it was like, because I grew up listening to hip hop, it was like the street version of, I don't know how to, of fast hardcore. Do you know what I'm saying? And lyrically and everything, like, it connected with me a little more. But I think every generation is always going to have changes. So, yeah, there's positive and negatives, right? Because I remember, like, back in, like, the MySpace days, people were like, what's this? And then MySpace blew up. And then there were MySpace bands, and then other people,
Yeah,
you know, we could talk about, like, in our generation, like, you used to have to, like, go to a record store and read the thanks list or go to a show and watch every band to learn about new bands and stuff. Or you would go to a show and watch every band because this type of music, it's all about the live music, and you would be like, oh, this band's cool, I never heard of them. I think times have changed. Times did change, and I think they're changing back a little bit, but I don't know in what sense, so I just try to be like, I try to just go out there and, like, make the best of it for me, because, like, I think, I appreciate what you said, like, we've been coming here to Europe for a long time, and I definitely want to be like I hate saying this word, but like a legacy band for Boston.
I feel that for you. I don't know what's your reality there.
Right.
Being honest about, because I have no proper actual
For sure.
information, but in Europe, hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, but
Europe,
it's just
those
like,
Boston bands, you know.
for sure, and I
My
appreciate
generation
that. I appreciate that a lot too, because we have been doing it for a long time. We've been doing this band since 2001, but I also just enjoy doing it. I don't know, like, part of me, and I don't do it all. I go home, I work, you know, I got a wife. I still go to shows. I don't know. It's just what I like to do, you know. And then some days that I'm like, what am I doing, man?
Yes.
But even still, even like, all right, so today, 7 hours, the show last night was crazy, it was great, but I had to wake up, you know, 7-hour drive in a van. But then I could see friends that I haven't seen in a minute, show will be cool. Whether it's the biggest or smallest, it's all about that time you play is always the best time. And with, like, the scene changing, it's like for me, it's like you gotta make it changes because, like, every generation has their people. It's like their scene. I'm just a part of it.
People get old.
Right. And we get old. And it's like, but I still enjoy it. And there's still some meaning in what we do for me. Right. Whether it's playing, whether it's certain bands, and every now and again, there are some cool new bands where I'm like, damn, that's, you know what I mean? That makes me feel great.
You have control for too long. This reign of dominance is long gone. Your suffering has just begun. Ain't the thing that my time runs out. To my head with shit, all I do was doubt. Couldn't face the truth, let myself believe. Save the world to pay, the truth put on me. Let's go, let's go. Do something about it. No matter what I do. Everything I've done was done in spite of you. Never saw you by my side and get stomping through. See it up so clear when you let a few fall. When you round up. So sick how you treat me. Every day my thoughts don't feed me. Give up all I had. You got control for too long. This reign of dominance is long gone. You had control for too long. This reign of dominance is long gone. Has just begun.
There's a lot of bands killing it right now. Whether I understand it all or not, I think it's cool that they're promoting hardcore. Like waving a flag for it.
So,
Where, back in the day-
Turnstile, is that like an elephant in the room for you?
No, because
With the new record though, because Turnstile to me it's just fucking hardcore. I don't care whatever everyone says.
Yeah, no.
It's just
and they're hardcore dudes. Like I think,
Yeah,
so you listen to the new record, it's catchy, right? It's not my thing, but it's catchy. But those dudes, so that singer, his first tour, he was playing drums and Trapped Under Ice and toured with DBD and Terror. He was 15, 16 years old. You know what I mean? And I shouldn't say all of them because I don't know everybody that's in the band anymore. Between him, Franz, and they came from the hardcore world. And I remember Madball doing a Set It Off tour, Set It Off 20th anniversary tour, 2014 maybe. But it was like we were on it. It was Madball. It was in the States. Madball, us, Turnstile was on it. Downpresser. I forget who else. But I always I know that they're massive now, but they're hardcore dudes. You know what I mean? A couple of them are.
The thing with the hardcore scene is like, what's wrong with having more acceptance from the world?
For sure. Like to me, they're waving the flag, and I know they're doing like really big stuff, but I know for a fact over here, they hire people that are hardcore dudes, like dudes I know work for them. That's cool. When they have an opportunity, they put hardcore bands on shows, so that's still giving back, and that's still waving the flag. I know, like, sonically, it doesn't sound the same.
Right now, it's more than giving back. It's like, come over here.
For sure, especially with, they're reaching massive. And I would argue because of bands like Turnstile, like you're seeing stuff like Scowl and stuff getting really big too.
Yeah.
And I feel like Turnstile opened the door a little. Not that they sound the same.
For the more creative, artsy hardcore.
For sure, but getting out there and like, for bands that are acceptable to like the public masses, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, I think it's cool. So I think Turnstile, like I said, if you gave me a Turnstile, like the last record goes, is this a hardcore record? I don't know. It's catchy as hell. Like I listen to songs, I'm like, that's catchy. But if you're like, oh, that's Turnstile, I'll be like, yeah, that's a hardcore band because I know them and I know that they came up through the hardcore. Like without hardcore, they wouldn't be where they are. And I think they would say that. You know?
They definitely treasure that.
the day and age of like TikTok, and it's crazy because I don't mess with TikTok, but you like I see these shows in the States, or I see videos of it, and it's like you'll see shows in New York like Flat Spot, Showcase, be ska or whatever, all types of Section 8, all types of bands.
Love that band, by the way.
Great band.
Love it.
But it'll be sold out in New York, and New York shows aren't like they used to be. So it's like these people are like children, but and they're coming in from like these TikTok videos, which I don't understand. But if it gets them in and they stay, cool. And if they're supporting while they're here,
yeah.
Like I said, it's their time, not mine. I'm just, I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing, because, well, life happens, and life
Sure.
life ain't that easy sometimes.
Yeah.
And I mean, you don't have to do this forever, or because there's so many ways to be involved.
For sure.
Maybe just
You don't
buy
have to be in
records
it,
at
right.
my home, as long as I'm supporting it and listening to it, right?
That's a big deal, right? You go buy a record, you're supporting that
means the
band.
world to me and you. Someone buys a record. That's the thing, right?
For sure.
If someone buys a record from
All
our
that
band,
stuff's
that's like,
important, yeah.
So these.
I mean, it's all about just supporting bands and also supporting your own community, like venues and local bands, and that's the other cool thing I did see when when you're out with some younger bands. It's creating more younger bands, and that's good because. And granted, some of these people 3 of them might be in the same bands, but the more bands, the more people are going to tell their friends, and more people are going to come to hardcore shows and keep it going bigger.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do, right?
Yes, and picking up on that, so you stay a band because you love hardcore, you love doing it, and to be honest, I feel that you actually have to pass the test of time,
For sure.
regardless of how glorious or whatever the hell that means, the standards
Right.
that I had.
Right.
Because it ain't nothing more glorious than it's actually no one cares. But that's
Right.
the
Because then
glory
it's all
about
about you, right? Yeah,
Right?
you love it. It doesn't matter what
Love
anybody
it,
thinks.
and you keep on giving it back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And trying to understand the new generation,
Yeah.
get
All
with
that.
the times, still
Right.
putting shit out.
Yeah.
And but that actually takes, I'm not going to do the right expression right now, it takes a toll sometimes.
It does. No, but yeah, because it's like you're always going, there's always something.
And there's friends that leave,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
some actually happen leaving the scene, which is whatever, right?
It happens, but it's still a bum out, right? Because that used to be like,
because they were important in why they were
that's
here.
what I'm saying. And then that was another thing with hardcore music and going to shows. Like that's where you hang out with your friends. And if half your friends are gone because they have other things in life, which happens, it's like that's where I used to kick it with all my friends. You know what I mean? So it does take its toll, for sure.
But as a touring musician, hardcore kid, regardless if it's packed or just 10 people, sometimes when it's 10, it's when
it's the best.
It's like the best. For you.
I still enjoy that time on stage.
You should feel that.
the energy.
Flame.
When I go on stage, it's the best. Everything up to that sometimes is like, what am I doing? You're tired. You're like, oh, I can't sleep. I've been in a van. But once I go on stage, it's like that's why we do it. It's the best part.
Is that right? When we're touring at a certain age, and it's just like,
it's great.
You kind of like this. Is this really? Did this really work out?
Right.
Or is this
right?
Or is actually this?
This is the result of it. Yeah. Like, I mean, we're still here, right? We're still playing shows.
Kids still dream about doing what you're doing.
Right. Same you. Like in like every show might not be sold out. Some are, but some are great. Some are bad. It's just part of being in music, right? Whether it's hardcore or not everybody can be the biggest band.
And the realest it gets, the more hardcore it is. So if you got
so that's true underground, right?
That's true underground. That's because it's underground. And some cities are really small and still.
And that's how it is, because I mean, you can see the biggest band in some cities and be like, what? And that has nothing to do with the band. And hey, even some of the bigger cities too. Like you see some of these big cities that have so many shows in one night, like all types, like metal band, hardcore band, like 15 things going on.
Everything ever won. Living in the land while we met.
so many bands now since the pandemic are like on tour like crazy, and I don't think people have money to go out every night and support shows when there's so much going on. So it makes it, and every band's out there because they sat at home for 3 years during the pandemic. So it's a wild time. There's a lot going on.
Were you making any
We didn't really.
Death Before Dishonour moves or?
No, we had just put out a record in July of 2019. And we were kind of slow before that, but we had a lot of stuff going on. Like everything shut down like March 15th of 2020, right? We had just got back from California with Madball on March 6th. And we were supposed to go to Canada with Madball 2 weeks later. And then all this, stuff happened.
Yeah.
So when that shut down, we had already put out the record. We had just done it like 6 months before that. We stayed in contact. We didn't know how long it was going to go. But honestly, it was like, just hold up. Like some people like wrote stuff and this and that. We really just we had just put out a record. We were like.
We ended up writing a new record and that shit.
A bunch of people did though, which is cool. We were like, when everything opens up, we didn't know if it was going to be 6 months, 2 months, a year, 3 years. We were like, we'll still push that record. And then it got further and further. And I don't know. And there was so many times people were like, oh, maybe in a few months we start doing certain types of shows and stuff. And
so it's
I just chilled out. I just, we just took a break because why not? We had to take a break. So we did. And then once it started, like things started opening up, we just started playing shows again. Pretty close out of the gate. Like whenever things were allowed, we went to Central America, South America. Yeah, just try to get out there. And that taught me to like appreciate music even more too, because I was like, damn. I remember right before, like when the pandemic was happening, I was like, it's hardcore. You can't shut down hardcore. Guess what?
Yes.
You can.
Plus,
you shut the whole world down.
How many punk rockers and hardcore dudes were not that hardcore punk?
I know, right?
But that's like old news already. So it's just
right. But it was
still to this day. It's
wild.
Oh, so that's punk and hardcore dudes now.
I know.
It's
wild. So
just bowing down to whatever.
Yep. Crazy times.
Yeah. But everybody was scared. No, I'm not dissing.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Respecting everyone.
But I know what you mean. Yeah. Once things change, everybody got a little bit weird. It's weird. For sure. Weird fucking time though. I never saw that happening.
Thank you. Good night.
the future, whatever you can talk about it. If
Yeah, we're gonna do that record. 2025 will be a big year. Whether the new record comes out at the end of 2024 or 2025, we'll do re-release of Friends, Family, Forever. Probably like some special vinyl and like, I don't know if it needs to be remastered or something. And then tour off of that. I want to do like, for that, I want to do some cool tours with maybe like different areas and have like a younger band, but also like a band that we would have played with around that time too. You know what I mean? So you kind of have like an older band and like a young band in different areas. If it can work out, we'll see. And yeah, man, I don't know. Just keep on going, man. I have a good drive. I'm like psyched on it. So
hell yeah, Bryan.
it's like a second wind. A second wind didn't happen because of the pandemic. It really happened before that. You know what I mean? And things have just been going good. And I'm in a good headspace where it's like before you're like, you always try to be like the biggest band or I don't know. I don't know if
we do every
band does. And it's not like the biggest, but like you try to be successful, I guess. And you realize success isn't money.
Yeah.
Like, like money helps.
It isn't.
But like the older I get, like, you know how it is. Like you can make money on your own. You don't have to use the band to make money.
Once you experience actually touring, getting money, and then like you said, when it's all good, it's all good. But then
When it's
after
bad,
that,
it's bad,
how many bands stick together,
Right.
or how many dudes in the band keep that shit on going?
Well, that's why you really gotta love it. You make a couple bucks, it's cool. Instead of being like, oh, what do we get? What's the next tour? What's this? I try to do everything like, oh, this is cool. This will be fun. Not just push, tour. Just do it because you want to do it. You know what I mean?
Because you get old, you get older, you get a family, you got all these fucking bills to pay. The band didn't really, and you used to tour for fucking 10 years, 15 years, and now should I keep on doing this? The shows aren't that big anymore, but there's still a show happening.
Right.
But then you got to remember, to me, I don't know if you ever thought about this, but to me it has always been like listening to dudes like you talk about it really motivates as well. But most of it, when I was always like a bit like, nah, maybe it's time to call it quits.
Right.
And I just go to shows and support.
Yeah.
But then it was like, dude.
Then you feel the urge. You want to play. Right.
I would dream about just having a band and play.
Doesn't matter.
Then I got to meet my hardcore
people you looked up to. Yeah.
And it's just my life has been an insane roller coaster to do the hardcore. And even look at you get to meet people from fucking Portugal.
Yeah.
Actually here, not in Boston, Portugal.
Oh, you're right. But no, it's true. All that stuff's true. I think it's really important. I think that pays more than any dollar.
Right.
And sometimes you learn that later. That's why you get into hardcore. But then when you do a band, you're like, I just want to play a show. But then when you start like really working it, then it's not even about getting big. It's more like, how do I get my band out there? And that's all you think about. And then people start quitting because you're not making any money. You make bad decisions. And let's do this tour, and it sucks. And it's what it is.
You actually want to do, it's because you're not even in the beginning. I feel that you're not even thinking about like a legacy.
No, you just you want kids to sing along to your band or something. You want to play in front of new kids and go.
The thing you're gonna do is you actually want to do a proper, legit piece that represents. You're gonna give it back and dignify our scene.
100%.
And with all that comes the ambition, and then dudes get really good, and then
you get a little bit of spotlight, and you get more opportunities. Then you take too many opportunities. I don't know. You go back in time. That's why it's just. Yeah, man, just try to do a bunch of stuff and have fun with it.
But it's cool that actually dudes then to get to realize that, how do you say it? Reality, like maybe you weren't supposed to be that band, but you're band.
You still serve a purpose. We all serve a purpose. Even if it's for ourselves, it's a purpose.
The kid who fucking draws the poster.
It doesn't matter. It's all the same.
That keeps on stage diving, even without music.
The bands that keep on doing it.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, it's the thing. Without music, there won't be no scene.
That's true, and that's important too.
Maybe just politics on paper, right?
Probably on the internet.
Yeah. There you go. So Bryan, can't wait for.
Awesome. Thank you.
And how about Lisbon? Real fast before we.
Yeah. Lisbon tomorrow.
Stoked for tomorrow?
Yeah. Last time I played Lisbon is crazy. Always had a good time there.
Yeah. Like Lisbon.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always good people. For the glory. Ricardo always looks out.
Hell yeah.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Played in that band.
Yeah, they've always been great. But yeah, I love Lisbon. Lisbon's always been great.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good city.
So can't wait for the night. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
dudes right here, I think they really
Thank you.
appreciate it as well.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Let's have fun.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, pessoal. Tchau, obrigado e
Peace.
pá, desculpem qualquer coisinha. We good, huh?
Awesome.
It's a punk rock sing-along. It's a punk rock sing-along. It's not a mosh song. Move up. Whether you know the words or not, pretend like you do. Boston belongs to me. Let's fucking go. It's our first time playing in the city. It's fucking cool to be here. Thank you all very much for coming out. Give it up for yourselves. Give it up, 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 give it up. Oh, yeah!